going to be hearing from Curtis and Laura Robinson. They've been attending Grace Fellowship for 7 years, and they have become dear family friends to Chris and I as we have shared life with them in community group. You're going to hear their unbelievable story of God's faithfulness and choosing to trust Him regardless of their circumstances. Enjoy.
My name's Curtis Robinson. This is Laura Robinson. We've been attending Independence since it started. And actually, for my story, when Independence was launched, I got involved with one of the serve teams. And through that, I met a guy that had an opening with his company that he worked for. Through that, I interviewed, found out a little bit more about the position, and was given an offer that, it wasn't some big promotion from where I was at currently, but I kind of thought, all right, you know what, let's do this. Maybe long term there could be some more opportunity, but again, it wasn't some glamorous change. Little to my knowledge, this was at the end of February. Within the next month, when the pandemic hit, the job that I was previously at started to furlough a lot of their employees, and it's very likely that my position would have been one of those that was furloughed. Compared to the position that I started, it was one that was actually bolstered by the pandemic. It did, the company did better, so it didn't have to go through and let employees go. And really, I was just reminded and humbled through that whole experience that God was there. He was working before we ever realized what was going on. He had the interest of our family in mind before anything happened. But more so than that, it was humbling, and it was just awesome to know that His grace for that moment for us wasn't dependent on whether or not we had a job or whether or not we were furloughed. His grace was going to be there for whatever the circumstance needed. But yeah, it was humbling. It was awesome to know that God was there. He was working, and yeah, He was keeping us in mind.
The way, in addition to that I think it's been so clear to see God work in my heart and in our family is granting peace in moments that just feel so chaotic and out of control. I work outside the home, so when the coronavirus started over here, then we needed to now work from home and raise our kids and take care of our home and parents and all the things all at once. And so that revealed in my heart really frustration that I had not known before, because I feel like I could hide in certain ways and not be under such pressure to reveal what was going on in my heart. So a lot of times that came out when the attitudes of our sweet children weren't exactly where they needed to be or where I wish they would be. And that for me was the most telltale sign that I had idols in my heart. And so through this process, I feel like it was very clear to see the Spirit work in moments of frustration, and it would just tell me to stop when I would feel so out of control. God's word, in His word, He promises, I will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on me because he trusts in me. And so it was clear to me that peace was a choice, and I could choose to have peace if I was choosing to put my trust, even in the most difficult moments, in Jesus. And so through that, we also had we were sure we had exposure to someone who had tested positive for the virus as well. And through all that uncertainty, it was just great to know that God promises peace. And whatever the outcome was, I could choose to have peace if I chose to trust in Him.
Laura quoted Isaiah 26:3, which says, "You will keep in perfect peace him whose mind is steadfast." Church, in the midst of this chaos, within our hearts and in the world, may we run to the Father and experience a peace that's eternal, a peace that surpasses all understanding, and put our trust in Him as we know that He is reigning and ruling in His on His throne.